What a week it's been in the Pokemon world. That is right, it's been such a busy week, and that's saying quite a lot. Bearing in mind, the Pokemon market is all over the place. We've had some really cool things going on, and also some not so cool things going on in the Pokemon market. Let's get straight into this because, wow, is my mind blown with what's happened this week. It is gone crazy. So first up, it's been a week, as of recording this, since the Heatwave Arena has come out. The Japanese set, which is one of the 3 sets that will make up our English set that comes out. And of course, I mentioned it had the Misty Psyduck, but what's going on with the price? Well, it's expensive, but it's not the most expensive card. I'll get onto the most expensive in a second, and wonder if you can guess what it is. So yes, Misty Psyduck, it's looking around market price $42. It's quite high, and it is the most expensive illustration rare, I believe. Again, if that has changed since the videos come out, I do apologize, but to me, it is the most expensive. We do have other cards, however. That are more expensive, and actually, it's quite interesting. Again, because it's partner Pokemon, I believe like it in the Japanese side of things that actually the Pokemon are as expensive. Normally, it's just the trainer cards, but because you get the trainers and the Pokemon in the same card, I feel like it's pushed the market up. That's just my opinion, however. So, for example, we've got Ethan's Ho-Oh EX, and we've got the gold version, which is actually doing pretty well at the moment, so around the $80 mark. We have Ethan's Adventure, and this one's quite cool, the Pichu on the shoulder, and actually a really cool, I think it's a full art rather than a secret illustration rare, but it's a really cool artwork. It's actually one of my favorite from the set altogether. The second most expensive, and let's face it, we all knew this was going to happen, is, at the time of recording, Ethan's Ho-Oh EX, which is an amazing card. The way he just looks up and you've got Ho-Oh flying across, some amazing artwork right there. And we're looking around the $220 mark. Again, give or take a little bit, the market's moving so quickly that these prices might be completely different by the time you are viewing this. But 2 of the 3 most expensive cards from the entire set are, of course, Cynthia's Garchomp EX. Why? Cynthia's Garchomp, well, Cynthia as a character and Garchomp as a Pokemon, 2 very popular, pop them together and boom, we get an amazing card. Potentially very playable, but I don't think that's relevant right now. So we've got the gold version, which is about the 3rd most expensive card in the set, around the $90 mark. I'm using dollars at the moment because at the moment, outside of us using yen in terms of Japan, the dollar seems the most appropriate instead of going into pounds, etc. as well. I'm not sure about the gold one personally, with like Cynthia looking in the background at Garchomp, but the secret illustration rare, secret art rare, whatever you want to call it, does look amazing. And it's also my brother's favorite card. It's also my brother's favorite Pokemon, Garchomp. I will not be able to get this card, however. Why? Because the Japanese card is currently market price around $320. That's right, $320. It is the most expensive card of the entire set. Interestingly enough, however, when this comes to English printing, I'm not sure it will be the most expensive card in the set, even though it is a Pokemon. I will get onto that into a bit. It might be something to do with, there might be some different kind of partner Pokemon, mainly Giovanni. But anyway, spoiler, that's coming up later in this video. So yes, Cynthia's Garchomp is an amazing card. Slightly overrated, but is genuinely amazing. As you can see, like, its price is super high. Again, this is on TCG Player, which is new to the sort of Japanese cards on the site, so take these prices with a pinch of salt. However, when you look this up elsewhere, it is a very high card, between $280 and $320. So that's the new Japanese set that's been out for a week. And within a week of it coming out, we already have the next set in Japanese coming out, which is Glory of Team Rocket. That's right, it's finally been out. So we all knew this was coming. So obviously there's 3 sets that are going to make up our Destined Rival set in English that comes out later this year. And in our heads, that was the Team Rocket set. And later revealed there's Team Rocket in it, but it's not just Team Rocket. It is the new sort of partner Pokemon. And that's kind of why Cynthia's Garchomp could be overshadowed when it comes to the UK release, because we've got the Team Rocket Pokemon. So what has actually been released about this? So obviously the booster box looks pretty cool, but it's mainly Giovanni and Giovanni's Pokemon. So the big card that's got revealed is Giovanni's Mewtwo EX. So again, we all knew Mewtwo was coming. At the moment, we've just got the normal EX card of it, so like its abilities, etc. The one thing we're probably all waiting for is Mewtwo EX. That was a mouthful. God knows how it's going to come out in editing. Going to have a secret illustration rare, and if it is, like, what they're going to do with it? I mean, they could do so much with it. It could absolutely blow up the set. Now, you think of like the Pikachu that came out in Surgeon Sparks being like 500. I mean, Mewtwo EX with the Pokemon market at the moment and the fact of nostalgia. When you think of partner Pokemon, Giovanni and Mewtwo, it goes together so much. I mean, there's not much more to say about that. It's like that could absolutely explode in price. You've also got Giovanni's Meowth, which has been revealed as an illustration rare. Again, looks very cool when you've got like, we've already got the Persian illustration rare from Shroud of Fable. So we have got some really cool cards coming out from this set. And as they get revealed over the coming weeks, I will put them into these videos. You'll see some to the side here as well. So that's really cool. And like I said, we've got the English set coming out, which actually the artwork for it does have a lot of Team Rocket on it. So the booster box of Destiny Rivals has, I think, Mewtwo and Giovanni on some of the card art. Some of the pack art, which is quite cool, even though it's not just the Team Rocket Pokemon. So that's something to bear in mind. I think this Guardian might not be as expensive in English, or it could be as a outside of a speciality set. So 151 and Prismatic could be a really, really expensive set. It could make Sonia Sparks look silly, like genuinely could. So something to bear in mind. God knows what's going to mean for the Pokemon market. I was hoping it's going to slow down just a little bit. It won't slow down for a while, but hey ho, that's the world we live in. And just when I thought, oh, revealing the Team Rocket cards, can't get any better than that, right? Team Rocket, it's amazing nostalgia. Have you seen some of the accessories that are coming out with this? So you've got like deck boxes, you've got play mats and card sleeve, etc. And then, as it currently stands, this is Japanese exclusive and can only be obtained in the lottery system. We don't know if it's coming out to the Western world or not. Is Team Rocket carry case. And I looked at it and went, nope, I'm not interested. And then I looked at it again and again. And I probably spent way too much time staring at this. And I want one. And this could be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds, dollars, whatever you want to call it. But look how cool this looks. I mean, is it nerdy? Yes. Is it necessary? No. Do I want it? Oh, 100%. Will I ever get it? Probably not. And that's just the beauty of Pokemon at the moment. There's just so much out there. And this has nothing to do with the cards. Now, will scalpers, will people get this and it could make an absolute mess of the Pokemon market? Of course it can, because, like I said, that's Pokemon market at the moment. But doesn't this product look really cool? Walking around car markets with it, yeah, look at me and my swag. I've got all these, got my decks in it. Or I just got some slabs on the trade, you know, and you pull out some of the original like Team Rocket stuff. Like, yeah, fair play. Balling. That's what I'm going to say. Baller. Down the kids. We'll move on for that. And talking of accessories, there's some really cool accessories that have also been revealed, and that is some deck boxes. Now, these deck boxes aren't your normal deck boxes. So there's 3 of them. There's the Pikachu, comes in the yellow, Ditto, which is the pink, and then the Umbreon, which is the black. And at first I thought, yeah, Umbreon's going to sell out most, but Pikachu's Pikachu, so you never know. These aren't just normal deck boxes. No. These deck boxes are genuine Italian leather. So about $96. At the moment, it's just Japanese, Japan Pokemon Center. Let's say that right. And it came out on the 22nd of March. These are going to go up. These are going to go on the secondary market and be ridiculously priced. I've not checked if they are yet or if you can get hold of them. But these do look really cool. And what makes them really cool is that some people actually use them as deck boxes, carrying around. Other people just collect them. Umbreon is my favourite evolution. I've made it very clear from day one before all the cards even came out. Will I ever get hold of this? Kind of like the Team Rocket carry case. Probably not. It's nice to dream about owning stuff in Pokemon, isn't it? Anyways. And there's also some other accessories that go with the deck boxes, like some purses and wallets and card holders, that kind of thing. So there was a bigger range, but it is the deck boxes themselves that are the big selling point of this. I mean, let's face it, if you have one of these, again, amazing. It's going to be hard to actually use with deck boxes because the actual leather of them and that, you just want to keep them more as pristine as possible. But only time will tell how many of these are actually made and how expensive they do get. But again, it's another product I will probably never see in my life, let alone own it. But I can hope. You never know. I mean, if you subscribe to the channel and this channel grows and blows up, I might be able to. If you like what I'm doing, if you like this series, then liking this video, subscribing to the channel would be amazing help. It's free and it really genuinely supports me and potentially in the future making this a full-time gig. But not everything that's happened in the Pokemon market at the moment is good. That's why, unfortunately, with every good thing, there is a bad thing. There has to be an opposite, as they say. So what's happened? Well, let's start with Singapore Pokemon Center. So to fight against scalping, they are cutting into booster boxes. I think it's just booster boxes, but it could be like ETBs as well. Don't quote me on that. So it can't be sold onwards from scalpers at RRP and sending it on. Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? I understand the principle behind it. It stops the scalpers. It does hurt the collectors who want a genuine sealed collection of it, however. But it seems to be Pokemon at the moment, no matter wherever you are in the world, you can't have it for both. And because scalping is a big problem in most TCGs at the moment, but in life and lots of collectible types of things, this is the only way. And unfortunately, collectors are kind of like collateral damage. And I don't want to say it like that, but it kind of is that way. In order to stop them, other people have to suffer as well. And if you don't, then everyone suffers. So, and the scalpers it win. So this is definitely one way of doing it. It'd be interesting to see if more Pokemon centers around the world sort of adopt this at all. And if there's any uproar, etc. But hey, will it stop the scalpers? It's hard to know. Ultimately, it will stop it a little bit, but you can still get product otherwise. So yeah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. But it's obvious that Pokemon as a whole have noticed what's going on in the market. It's not just, well, it's a secondary market. It's what people do. It's not just Pokemon. There is some sort of Pokemon trying to be not as like a bit more proactive instead of reactive. But are they being proactive the right way? That's hard to tell, and only time will genuinely see what happens here. Especially while the Pokemon market is hot at the moment. All of a sudden, stuff like this just is more to the forefront as everyone wants to get into it, and all of a sudden, actually, only 10% of those can actually get any other product. Pokemon want to do something about it. So again, we'll keep an eye on that, definitely. And if it's not the Pokemon centers, well, Pokemon Center have put in the US at least, maybe Canada as well, definitely not in the UK. Vending machines. Great way of getting product at RRP, and yet people are scalping. Even though they've put limits of one of each item possible at a time to buy, people are literally going in, buying one, taking it out, next, buying one, taking it out, and it gets sold out in seconds. I've also seen videos online, and it gets hard to tell if it's true or not, I believe it's online, is people who work in the store before it's opened or after, buying the stuff out already, which is crazy, and I hope those stores do stop staff doing this. Again, it's hard to know if it's true or not. I don't have anything concrete on that. But if that is true, then yeah, something needs to be done. There's no way that should happen. In terms of people just buying one, getting another one, it's hard to sort of, how do you stop that happening? Can you put a limit if a card's been used once, it can't be used again within a certain amount of time? Does it need to be manned, which kind of goes against it being a vending machine? It's genuinely crazy what is going on. But I'm interested to know if where you live, I know people watch this from around the world. A lot of people in the US watch this. Do any of your local stores have one of these in your, if it's Target or Walmart or something? Have you been able to use it? Have you seen other people scalp from it? Yeah, let me know in the comments down below. I'm interested to hear it as someone from the UK who doesn't have these vending machines. I don't think we're ever going to get these vending machines. So I don't actually have any hands-on experience, just from what's going around. And talking about Pokemon Center and the Pokemon trying to do something, did anyone try and get the new Prismatic UPC on Thursday? Anyone at all? Because I did not. So first of all, it was released on the Pokemon Center on Thursday, so at 5 p.m. my local time, depending on when you're well, so quite early in America, I believe, like 9 a.m, maybe even earlier, depending on what side of the US. But it changed it up, so it's the first time we've used the queue system to get into it. I ended up being in the queue system for like half an hour. Some people were in it for 5 minutes, some 15 minutes. It was sold out by the time I got there. I thought, half an hour, yeah, it happens. I then looked online, and people got online to be able to buy it in 5-10 minutes, and it was still sold out. So did the queue system achieve anything? No. Why? Because I also found out, and again, it's hard to believe everything you see online, that the bot still got through the system. And if the bot still got through the system, but there's a queue, then actually the queue system makes it worse for people like me and probably most people watching this, because can't fight the bot straight away at, say, 5 p.m. when it goes on. They get in prime chance of buying it. There's no way a product like that should be sold out. So it's $89.99. No way that should be sold out in 10 minutes, especially if it's a limit to one per customer. And yet you might have already seen the screenshots of like people and they've got like 20 emails of buying it. Is there a way of stopping this? Probably. If it's all using one bank account, surely you can look that up. Could it be done in a lottery system? There's definitely things they can do about this. I'm not sure what they're going to do going forward, but something needs to change, because you would think a product at $89.99, the UPC, they're probably going to print loads of it, and it probably on release will be easy to get hold of. The fact that bots are still getting through this queue system makes the queue system worse, in my opinion, to the average person. It's, yeah, I'm not sure personally. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So if you've got one of those, absolutely amazing. I'm gonna have to wait till release day and hope. It's almost like I've got to take the day off and get into shops early just to get hold of something which I want. But getting back to some good news, because if you are a Gengar collector, which let's face it, if you've been watching any of my channel before, you know I am. If you haven't, Gengar's my favourite Pokemon, and there'll be a lot more Gengar content on this channel. There has been spoiled, shall we say, nothing's confirmed about this, that there's going to be a Mega Gengar EX deck in Japan. So Japan come out with like the decks and stuff. The fact that we're moving to the Mega Pokemon generation again, Scarlet and Violet era is coming to an end. You've got the Pokemon Horizon sort of coming to an end a little bit. It's got a time skip coming up. Spoilers, really sorry about that. I probably should have said that. Well, actually, not giving anything away. The time skip and Mega Pokemon might be coming into it. So we've got a change in era, but the fact is Mega Gengar is coming back. Going to have its own deck in Japan, so that's going to try and get hold of that somehow. I'll document that because that could be interesting. But it could also mean it's coming back to English sets. Now, whether it'll be exactly the same, different printing altogether, I'm excited. And what a way to come full circle for some good positive news. Gengar, Mega Gengar, everyone's a winner. Unless it becomes a very expensive card that is difficult to hold of. But we don't think about that. So if you hadn't noticed, at the moment these videos are coming out on a Sunday because although I wanted to come out on Wednesday for Wednesday weekly wrap up, life hasn't made it easy that way. So at the moment these will be coming out on a Sunday, and then when I have other videos in between, they'll be coming out midweek. So I've still got my Pokemon Center and EUIC videos that will be coming out, and some Gengar videos as well. One in particular which did not go right, and some honest feedback from myself to the community, because I want everyone to see that not everything goes right when it comes to making these videos. So again, thank you for watching the weekly wrap up, second one in the series. Again, any feedback on this would be amazing, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care.